6:30, nearly 7 o'clock, and look what Stella is up to. Trying to repot a plant that's become too big for the indoors, so it's going to go into the quad grow, and I have one space left, so I just need to repot it and hope that these already formed Trinidad perfume chilies won't get so upset at what I'm doing that they'll decide to die off. So wish me luck, because I'm doing it at the end of the day. It's going to have to live outside in the evening. So it's a lot of things that are not good about this setup, but the baby's too big. Too big. And so it needs to go outdoors. I just gave the other one away as well. So let's get on. Okay, not only have I finished repotting this ages ago, and you can actually see how big it is. It's taking up all that space, and hopefully it'll be fine. I need to get it a support, because otherwise it'll be blown over. Hold on. Still haven't had dinner, all because of plants. I warmed up my dinner and then I came out just to repot this pepper plant, and look at me now. Now I know JB says to do 3 supports, 1 on either side, but since this is a quad grow, I'm going to put a support in there, because they've got these spiky bits where you can put a support. I need to find another one similar in size. Hold on 2 seconds. This is a bit too thin. This looks like it's a bit right size, not too thin. Hopefully it's not too dry, because some of them I've had for years and they always dry after a while. So we can just push it in there. Come on, baby, go in. It's refusing to. Et voila. So that should provide a bit of support when it... I got holly in my hedge and I've just stepped on one. Right, it's done. And also, I realized that all these guys needed potting up. Some of them are pumpkins, some of them are supposed to be melons. They were all in tiny little pots. I found I don't remember sowing this, but we got one there. I've also got some aubergines which seems to have decided to grow. No idea why. Celery, which was in a pot where it wasn't growing at all, so I've just put it on top of manure. Hopefully that will be all right. Another pumpkin here, because I didn't know whether or not I had any crown prince, so I had to sow some, and so I did these. So yeah, so I've done that, and done a bit of watering as well whilst I was at it. Look at that basil. I've never tried this, so I'll have to try some one of these days and see how it does. Oh dear. The seeds I sowed before have died because I forgot about them, simply because I moved this to give myself room. The Swiss chard is still fine. These, I don't even remember what they were, but there is a couple of Swiss chard in there that are doing okay. So I'll water it and then I'll go in and eat. I really don't want to be out anymore. I went to the allotment and watered the plants. Look at this Swiss chard. That's gorgeous, isn't it? I do love these container plants. I love the fact that you can actually multi-sow them with other bits and pieces and still get produce. So for example, in here I've got this sun gold tomato which doesn't seem to want to grow upwards. I keep trying to wrap it up upwards, but it doesn't want to go, so I'll probably have to tie it up because the trusses are pulling it down. And next to it there's another tomato plant. I don't know what make it is, that is doing fine as well. There's an aubergine plant which is flowering in there as well. So this is a multi-mix bed, and I can see weeds which need to be pulled out so they don't take over. In here I've got a bit of onion. I don't even remember what type of onions they are, but They are thriving and extremely happy in here. I mean, look at this. Perfectly perfect. This one looks like soon it will be giving up and growing. And then look, I've also got celery. Now, I don't know what this one is. This is a weed, so it comes out and it goes into here to the in-place composting section, which I used to add. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at that. Look at that stem. I tried to grow Swiss chard in there. It was not successful, and now this year it's come back on its own and actually become more successful than before. In here I've got, I think this is a cabbage, but I don't even know how it ended up in there. And next to it I've got a few carrots successfully sown, and then we've also got a tomato which was sown from and then we got weed which I'm pulling as I speak, and we got tomato in there with a couple more weeds in the back there, so I'll pull them out. Come on out and become part of the feeding for this pot. So yeah, so this, I love it. I just love the community is what I would call it. It's a community of plants and they seem to thrive well when they're together. In here, you see, we got some more Swiss chard, self-sown, not seeded by me, with a tomato plant, and that was all on its own. These ones are more individual. This one is oh no, I've got some celery in there because I sowed some celery. First I sowed carrots, they didn't come up, so I sowed celery, and this is a poppy. I don't think I'm going to take it out because I've tried to grow poppies before and I've not been successful. In here we've got aubergine only because aubergines like a lot of space. Look, I've got some celery in there. Oh, no, this is a weed. This is definitely a weed. I know what celery looks like now. I've got some baby carrots like this one here, sown later on, and then I've got some more adult ones. Look at this one. Let me just show you. You see? And there is carrot. So I don't want to disturb them too much. In here, I've got tomatoes because I had a flower in there and it didn't succeed. If you notice, I don't do many flowers, but I have a family that have severe allergies to flowers, and I mean asthma attack, severe asthma attack, nebulizer type allergies. That's why I don't do flowers. But in here we got carrots, we got these tomatoes, and then we got some baby carrots, because what I did is when I did my succession planting of carrots, I did not, oh my god, look, I didn't even notice these ones are starting to peek out. I need to keep them covered. Anyway, I didn't do separate pots for the succession planting. I just kept adding to it. So probably what I will do is I'll find space and I'll add a few more carrots in there as well. So those are some of my communal planting pots. I have a couple more. This one with my sun gold tree, as Ali from the Rusty Garden calls it. It is, look at that. Nice. And look at this one. So I've got loads of fruit on here because it's been growing a while back. What I did is I put some beans in there. So I've got some French beans growing in there. In here I've got strawberries and a blueberry plant growing in harmony. And last but not least, in here I've got French beans, which seem to be growing really tall. Two types of French beans. I've got the yellow ones and then I've got the purple ones. So they're in there. And then I've got a tomato plant, self-seeded, not grown by me, and therefore left to do its own thing, since it's the only tomato plant in there. I think I do need to start thinking about supporting it. It will be easier once the beans are out, because I can't see head or tail of it, and I think it's one of the Romas that were in these two pots. And next to it, doing really well and with a lot of fruit in it. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can get in there because the beans are in the way. Turkish aubergine, my one and only plant, and look at it. we've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ready for harvest, and it's still flowering up top, and this tomato is trying to get in its way. So I think you need to come away from there. You need to, I know you guys enjoy being together, but you need to give your friends space to grow. They need to grow as well, because look at them. I wish you could see them live. They look so good, so good. I don't know if I can't put it in there well enough for you to see, but they are yummy and I love them. They got a slightly bitter taste to them. So yeah, so these are my plants, companion planting in pots. It seems to work really well. So in here, what I'm planning to do is I'll put some French beans around the edge of this pot in order that these plants can also have company. These are okra plants, which seem to be starting to actually get their okra fruit. This is my first time growing them. We do have a few aphids on here, so I'll need to get my neem oil out, because neem oil works for me. In here, I've got aubergine plant, which is grown massive. Look at it in here. One plant with a lot of stems. I think I may have to pull off these guys, but then are they independent of the main one? I hate amputating plants. I really do. So there's still some water in there, so we're all right. Anyway, I need to go in. I need to eat. And we will wait and see how well all these things do, living together as they are in harmony. Okay. Have a good evening and have a good weekend. I'm away the whole weekend, so I'm not going to be back for a while. So I'll be watering these guys in the morning, and then they'll be alone for the weekend with only a good morning and a good night. Have a good one.